Are we never going to have it? God dang it. We might as well start the show off with a rant because I'm telling you right now, it's a unique time right now. It's 6:45 in the morning Pacific time just to get the show on the air. A lot of people are going, well, if I knew the show was going to start at 6:45 on a Monday, I would have been prepared. Hey, we didn't know either till about 7 minutes ago. Okay. But we got a show. So if you're watching on YouTube, Bolt Crew Podcast, we're happy that you're here. All of us are extremely frustrated with each other. Actually, that's not even true. Those two guys right there are extremely frustrated with me. It's a good thing right now that this show is not done in the same studio because there'd be some punches thrown and a lot of food being thrown at each other. But we're here today because we're talking Charger football and we're here to talk about the schedule and we're happy to have it. Mario, you could tell, just combed his hair. He's ready to go for a productive business day. Everybody has complaints about what's going on. Mario, I'm going to steal your rant real quick because you said it. Mario made a great point. Have you ever been ready to go on vacation yet before they let you walk out the door? They let you do the job you would have done if you weren't on vacation for 7 days in advance. So it's not like you take a vacation because you still got to do the work anyway. What the hell? Everybody's been in that situation. Mario's 100% right. My man is getting taken advantage of. I don't like it.
You know how guys get mad at girls? I can't get in your head. I don't know what you're thinking. You expect me to know what you're thinking.
I don't have the bandwidth.
Bandwidth. Dave totally expects me and Mario to know that he can't go when we do the show normally on Tuesday. He can't go the times that we usually go, but he wants us to know that because for some reason he has 8 jobs all of a sudden. So here I am missing my work day.
24 hours notice to let you guys know.
This is because I love the Chargers and I love Mario. It's not anything to do with you. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be here with Mario.
I disagree with you guys on this. I told you on Thursday's show, we're probably going to have to move Tuesday's show. I gave you guys notice.
But
when did you tell us? When did you tell us? Yeah, when did you say something?
I'm sorry.
You said Tuesday. We probably won't be able to do our original time slot, but it will be Tuesday. And then me and Josh go, I don't know if that's really going to work. And it's going to be one show this week. We did say that. I do recall.
I'm sorry. I believe Josh is going on his 8th vacation this week. All right. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's insane. I'm sorry. I can't sit there and judge all these vacations. The guy's on an airplane.
I can still go at the normal time tomorrow. Hey, you know what? Jesus. We're here, though. Let's
make it work. Are you getting a pension from an airline? Yeah, I've never seen a guy in somebody. George Clooney thinks you fly a lot of planes.
I got an award. You want me to turn out an award? What am I? LeBron not going to the Met Gala? I got to be there.
Hey, sometimes LeBron doesn't show up to the ESPYs. I'm just saying. It happens. Good God.
Who watches the ESPYs?
I don't know, dude. It's the first thing that jumped into my head. I don't know what to say. I'm never going to admit I'm wrong. You know that, right? That's just the way it goes.
Most women
peel back the curtain. The funniest part of this whole morning is Josh goes, tomorrow I can't do 9:30 to 10 Central. I can't do that time at all. And I go, all right, if I do anything earlier tomorrow, it's got to be like a hard out. And as soon as Josh says that, Dave goes, all right, sounds good. Let's do 9:30 Central Time tomorrow. Like we're going to do tight 30. Literally the only window that Josh said he couldn't do. And then Josh goes, read what I said. And then Dave goes, no, why don't you read what I said? And I was just like, this is good. This is great. Dave lost his glasses. And then we're all a little on edge.
Yeah. Mario, Josh cussed at me. That's fine. But again, my response is when can you go, not when you can't go. I don't understand that doesn't make sense to me. That train of thought doesn't make any sense to me. There's a lot more time when you can't go than when you can go.
I can't. We're not going to keep talking about this because nobody cares but us.
But, it's so goddamn dumb. It's so dumb that the 3 of us work together, try and work together.
It doesn't help that we're on all 3 different time zones.
If this is a fraternity, I'd punch both you guys right in the nuts. Right? That's how I feel.
Go ahead.
Damn.
Go ahead. You basically did this morning. You basically did that.
You're really lucky I got up at 5 a.m. this morning.
You live East Coast time. What about me? I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, no one cares about you. We moved on.
Oh, I know. I can tell. Fired up.
All right. Dave, cue up the show. What's today's show about?
All right. First of all, so the whole audience knows what's your heart out that you got to be out of here.
I got to be out of here in 40 minutes.
All right. We'll let the airport know you're on your way. All right.
This is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Just go ahead. Keep going.
All right. So today's show is actually supposed to be a decent show. All right. It's at least one of the more fun shows. I don't know if it's decent. Somebody complained in the chat the other day, by the way, before we get to this. Why the hell would you guys talk about the schedule? Are you an NFL fan? This is one of those things that people get excited about. God dang, take your summer dress off and pick a different sport. This is the NFL, man. We get fired up about everything NFL. We love the draft. We love the playoffs. We love the start of the season. We love OTAs. We love when the schedule comes out. If those things don't fire you up as an NFL fan, man, you got to find a new sport. I'm sorry. Wimbledon starts in about 45 days. Can't wait for you to watch it. Okay? Get your strawberries and your cream ready. This is the NFL. This is what we do. This is what we do in the United States. This is the number one sport by far is the NFL. And when the schedule comes out, it's a big damn deal. So we're going to fire through the schedule, and we're going to tell you our wins and losses. And for the first time, we're going to let you know what we think is going to happen on the Chargers' overall record. Yeah, we will change it in October when we're going to do it again and we realize which teams stink and which teams are good. But we're going to give you our first shot right here and tell you what we think our overall record is going to be for this Charger team. Simple enough? Set the ground rules?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yes, sweetheart.
It's fine. We're telling right now we're coming in hot today. We're angry. All right. And we're going to sit there and take a shot. That's fine. Maybe it's time to find a new show or a new sport. That's what I'm telling you right now. Okay.
I have no time for the dumb comments, right? At all. The comment that he's talking about, somebody really did say, "Oh, slow work week. We're going to talk about the schedule in May." How about this? How about you do a Chargers podcast and you tell me what you're going to talk about in May? The Chargers releasing their schedule is like the biggest news we're going to get the entire month of May. So very confused there. I don't get
Sack
it.
up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a Starbucks in my house. As a matter of fact, I've never ordered anything at Starbucks in my entire life. You know why? Because I don't speak that language. I'm so afraid to go into Starbucks. I'm afraid to try and order something off the menu and mess it up. And every time I listen to any of you people order something in Starbucks, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You guys couldn't pass Spanish 1, but all of a sudden you can speak the Starbucks menu. It's ridiculous.
I do agree
All
with
right.
you. I hold my ground in there. I go walk in there
See?
and I go, "What size?" And I go, "Medium."
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're my guy, dude. Right there. That's why I like you. Right there. Good God. All right. Let's fire through the schedule. You guys ready to do this? Okay.
Yep.
First, we're going to skip preseason. But first game of the season, we're going starts on September 5th. All right. On a Friday. It's the Chargers in Brazil hosting the Chiefs, which is ridiculous. Who wants to go
You
first?
go first.
I'll let,
You go first.
all right, I'm going to go first on this one. Look, you guys are going to think I'm crazy on this one. I'm going Chargers, all right? And the reason I'm going Chargers is the Chiefs. We've seen it before. They've started the season where the Chiefs aren't ready to play their best football. We saw them lose to the Lions a few years ago. I'm picking the Chargers right now in a home game to take out the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this. So the reason I'm going to go Chargers loss here is for two reasons. One, the Chiefs just got embarrassed in the Super Bowl and they're pissed, right? So I think they come out on fire, not like after they win the Super Bowl and they take it easy. So I think the Chiefs are going to look better than usual to start the season. And also the second reason is because the Chargers have to get Omarion Hampton into the lineup. Like this is his first NFL game. He's probably going to be the feature running back. And then you also have Trey Harris, who I do think is the number 2 receiver on the team, also in his first NFL game. A huge task going against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chargers are going to win the second game in Kansas City, but I think this first game goes to the Chiefs.
What do you got, Mario?
I'm going to go Chargers actually win this one.
Okay.
I'm going to bet them to cover, but yeah, I think Chargers get the first bite against the Chiefs and they take the first battle to them.
Okay.
There you go.
Next up on the schedule, we have Monday Night Football game. It's going to be on September 15th. We're going to go the Chargers on the road against the Raiders. Josh, I'll let you go first.
This is going to be a win. The Chargers have 10 days in between the game against the Chiefs and the Raiders. I think the Raiders are the 4th best team in the AFC West, and I can't see the Chargers starting out 0-2. So I think they will get this win on the road in Vegas.
I'm going to say the Chargers win this game, but I'm probably going to bet the Raiders spread. Because if I think the Chargers are going to beat the Chiefs, I think the Vegas is going to overreact a lot to the next game.
Okay, I'm going Charger win as well. Just like last year, Chargers start out 2-0. Coming up game week 3, we're going Chargers versus the Broncos at home. That is September 21st. Mario.
I also have a win against the Broncos here. I am really tweaking out though.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? You hate Nick?
No, I do hate Knicks, but a 3-0 start is being very, very optimistic. In reality, they're probably going to drop one of these games. Like they're just going to. These first 5, they're the most logical option is 4-1, I think, in all of this.
Go, Dave.
I'm going Chargers. I'm going to win this game at home.
I'm going Chargers as well. The Broncos play the Titans and the Colts before this game, so this is going to be the best team that they play into the season. So I'm going to go 2-1 for the Chargers to start the year.
That's going to be the biggest under game of the year, by the way. Holy crap. There's going to be no points scored in that.
All right. Week 4 of the season, the Chargers are on the road. This is September 28th. Chargers should be an early game traveling to take on the Giants. I will take the Chargers to start the season 4-0.
Wow. I'm going to go Chargers as well. My question to both of you is, who's playing quarterback for the Giants in this game?
I was literally going to say, before they even face the Chargers, they go at Washington, at Dallas, home against Kansas City. Is Russell Wilson the starting quarterback before this game? I have no idea. Can he even be healthy? Honestly, can he? Like, he's going to get lit up between all those teams.
What are the Giants' first 3 games you just said?
They got at Commanders, at Dallas, Kansas City at home, Chargers at home.
Dude, they might have a new coach by the time they face the Chargers.
Yeah.
Gonna have to.
I think this is going to be a Jackson Dart game.
So hear me out. I think this would be the last Russell Westbrook game because the week after they have the Saints. Last Russell Wilson game because they have the Saints after that. And if I'm Dable, I'd rather start my rookie against the Saints defense than the Chargers defense.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got win, Mario?
Yeah, I have a win.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're going week 5. We're going October 5th on a Sunday. It's the Chargers versus the Commanders. A lot of people are picking the Commanders, by the way, to win the NFC this year.
Have fun.
I don't think so. In this game, I'm going to go Commanders. The only reason I'm going to go Commanders is I really can't see the Chargers starting out 4-1 with that start. I think the Chargers are very good. I think they're going to have a great season. I think this could be a game where they slip up at home and it could go to the Commanders. I look at this as a 50-50 game. I think the Commanders and the Chargers are very even in terms of how good both teams are.
Best offense we'll face all year leading up to that point with Debo, Scary Terry, Jaden Daniels, Tunsil obviously on the O-line. I think the Chargers dropped this one because where I have them currently at. And like I said, I mean, you're going from Kansas City, which I know you have Mahomes, but that offense isn't the offense we all know it to be anymore. Just pack the box with the Raiders. Bo Nix probably will throw a pick. Giants are a disaster. So I think Commanders shock us a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to go Chargers in this game.
Okay.
I'm going to go Chargers. Josh, what did you say?
I got Commanders in this game.
All right, so both of you guys have the Chargers losing. I'm going to change because my record's a little crazy as I'm looking forward. I'm going to change game 1, by the way, to a loss for the Chargers. Okay.
I'm about to can you do the same for me?
Okay.
I'm going to go back on that. Being really optimistic, yeah.
I'm going to change it to a loss. By the way, the highlight of my weekend was AK calling out somebody and cussing at him on social media. That was my highlight. Okay, I kind of like the toughness right there. All right. Next up, it's the Chargers traveling to take on the Dolphins on October 12th. It's a Sunday game. Will be a 10 a.m. kickoff for the Chargers. Look, the Dolphins have had the Chargers number for a while now. It seems like no matter what, the Dolphins have come to L.A. and they have taken care of business. I don't think this Dolphin team is as good as the one they've had in the past, which hasn't been a great team anyway. I think we've always felt, why aren't the Chargers beating the Dolphins? This is the year the Chargers knock out the Dolphins.
I agree. I'm surprised Tyreek Hill's still on the roster.
Me too.
I think the Chargers win this game. I think the guy you got to watch out for the most on that team is Achane. I don't even think it's Tyreek going into this game. I think he's one of the best running backs in the league. I got the Chargers winning in Miami.
I have the Chargers winning this one, and I think Miami Dolphins are in a team that falls apart and have a top 5 pick next year.
A team that you could see firing the coach in the middle of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And selling talent. Like, I think Tyreek Hill will be traded. A-Chain get traded. Like, I think it could be a full fire sale.
Wow. All right, here we go. We're going October 19th, week 7. Chargers, they host the Indianapolis Colts.
Under.
What do you got, Mario?
Terrible game. This game's going to be like 20-7, I bet. Write that down. 20-7. Indianapolis Colts, Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers win this one. Who's going to be the quarterback at that point for Indianapolis? Lord knows. Whoever it is, they suck.
What do you got, Dave?
I have the Chargers taking care of business with the Colts.
I do too. I saw a graphic the other day that had Tyrese Halliburton, Caitlin Clark, and Anthony Richardson saying Indianapolis is in great hands. And then somebody wrote, I think Anthony Richardson's the worst passer out of all of them. So I got the Chargers winning this game too.
No, that's funny. All right. October 23rd, it's a Thursday night game. Actually, someone just invited me to this game. Thursday night game, Chargers versus the Vikings, obviously at home. Look, I don't think the Vikings are going to be good. I think J.J. McCarthy, man, he's going to be a rookie, learning experience, tough division. Chargers are a tough team. I'm going Chargers.
I'm going Chargers too. And the Chargers have a really interesting stretch right here. All of October and into November. So you have the Dolphins, Colts, Vikings. Then you got the Titans, Steelers, Jaguars. Which quarterbacks are you facing in any of those games? There's no guarantee you're going to face any single quarterback in any of those games. For that reason, I think the Chargers win. I have no faith in J.J. McCarthy, and I hope Jim Harbaugh beats the hell out of him.
I have opposite. I think the Vikings pull the upset.
Wow.
I think it's a pretty tough matchup for the Chargers in terms of our secondary matching up with their wide receivers. Very well coached team. Going to be a solid offense with JJ. He just can't make mistakes, and they'll be fine. And their defense isn't bad at all. So I think it's going to be an upset alert. Chargers lose that one, drop it to Minnesota.
Okay. That will frustrate me. If we're doing the post game on a Thursday night, the Chargers lose to the Vikes, I'll be frustrated for the fact, look, the Vikings had a shorter practice week, and at the same time, the Vikings, in my opinion, are the worst team in their own division. We think the Chargers are the best team in our division. That'd be a tough loss at home.
It'd be like last year's Cardinals game. Where we go, how the hell did we lose that game?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right, week 9, November 2nd. It's a Sunday. It's the Chargers at the Tennessee Titans.
Chargers win. I think this game's going to be a little tougher than people imagined. The Titans roster is not that bad. I don't think their offense is that bad at all, actually. Does Shedeur Sanders still think that the Titans have the best running back group in the NFL? Has he said anything about that lately?
You mean Cam Ward?
Yeah. No, I mean, remember Shedeur said, who do you think has the best running backs in the NFL? Because I like what the Titans have. Because you guys are number one. Yeah, but I think Chargers win this game in Nashville.
I think Chargers do too. This is good. I think that's going to be another game where just close your eyes and bet the under because it's going to be not entertaining.
Okay. There we go. We all have win right there. Again, Josh is right. This is a stretch on the schedule where you're saying this is a chance to get healthy quick, and why you think we have a chance to win the AFC West. Week 10 of the season, November 9th, Sunday. It's the Chargers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a Sunday night game.
Go Mario.
Is it my turn?
I will say
Mario.
loss here.
We got Dave.
I got win. Sounds crazy. I know I sound like a lunatic right now. I got win. This is payback right here for all the times the Steelers have knocked out the Chargers. We never play the Steelers well. We had the Steelers, I should say, in week 3 last year in Pittsburgh until obviously we suffered a bunch of injuries. Pittsburgh, I don't have faith in what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball. I understand SoFi Stadium is going to be filled with a bunch of Steeler fans. This is a payback for years of pain the Steelers have caused the Chargers, and we're going to do it on Sunday night. This is where the rest of the country realizes the Chargers are the real deal.
I got loss, and the only reason I have loss is because the Chargers never play good against the Steelers, and they never play as good as they should in primetime games. So for those 2 reasons, I have the Chargers losing to the Steelers.
Okay. Boy, you guys took a loss right there. Wow. All right. Last game before the bye week. It's November 16th. It's a Sunday. Chargers travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
It's your turn.
I will go with the Chargers in this game.
Worst team in the NFL. Chargers better win this game by a couple touchdowns. Yeah, Jacksonville sucks.
I'm going to have a win here as well for the Chargers. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have the Jameis Winston year where it's like 25 passing touchdowns because of his wideouts, but has 25 picks too.
Okay. So here's the deal. We're that's through week 11 of the season. Okay. I have the Chargers like at 10-1 right now. That's wild. All right. 10-1. Josh, you have the Chargers at 7-3 through the first 8-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some people think that's crazy as well. And Mara, you have the Chargers at 1, 2, 3, 4. You have the Chargers at 7-4.
I like it.
Do you?
Sure.
Okay. 7-4. Again, I have one loss. Sounds a little nuts. Here we go. Bye week is November 23rd. They come back week 13 of the season, and the Chargers will host the Raiders on Sunday. Okay. Who's going first?
Mario.
Raiders get an early lead. We win the game. Bye week, a little rusty. Raiders punch first, but we punch back.
Dave.
I'll go Chargers. Shocker.
Yeah, Chargers sweep the Raiders and win this game.
Okay. Next up, it's a Monday Night Football game. It's the Chargers on December 8th. This is week 14 of the NFL season. And is it Mario's turn or Josh's turn?
It's your turn. You know, we go in the same order every time. So it's you, then it's
Dude,
me.
sorry,
then it's
I'm the one
Mario.
right. I can't even see you guys on camera. I'm sitting there actually.
You're just
trying
having
to
an
take
off
all this
day.
notes
It's okay.
right
We
now.
all have off days. Go ahead.
Dude.
You pick.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you know what?
At your age,
Aaron
too,
Judge had
they
3
happen more
strikeouts the other
often.
day. Yeah, it happens.
It's fine.
Don't worry about
That
it.
last off day I can remember was September 22nd, 93. All right. That's the last off day I can remember. Yeah, that was a shot. Made it personal. It was
Is
Josh's
that a birthday?
It was Josh's birthday.
It's funny.
I was going to say there's a good. I was trying to understand the joke. I figured it was something related.
Well, God dang, man. I'm taking heat here. You know? Damn it.
And you're not
All
wearing
right.
glasses.
I'm not wearing glasses. I'm trying to type in these crazy notes in here. All right, here we go. Monday night, December 8th, 25. I'm going Chargers with a loss against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I got a loss too. Best team in the NFL. Chargers, like I said, aren't very good on primetime games usually. Even though it's a home game, Eagles, that's tough.
I really want to say it's a Charger W, but I think this is going to be an Eagles win.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be surprised. It would kind of suck because we would be having the argument. We might face them in the Super Bowl. You know, are we a Super Bowl caliber team? It would be heartbreaking to lose to the Eagles. If we win, we're going to be on cloud nine we're going all the way.
They do face, before they face the Chargers, I mean, they host Detroit in prime time. They have Dallas, and they have the Bears, and then they face us. So that is pretty brutal right before. So it could be letdown spot.
All right, this is a dumb question because I know you gave me the answer to this one. Where is the Super Bowl this year?
Oh,
San
crap.
Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know that
All
at
right.
first.
Let's get our tickets ready. All right. Here we
Remember
go.
last time you said that?
I know. Yeah, I've been saying it a lot for a lot of years. Here we go. December 14th, Sunday, Chargers at the Chiefs.
Win. I think the Chargers split with the Chiefs. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I don't think Patrick Mahomes plays in this game. I think he gets hurt. I don't think that offensive line is very
Ooh.
good. I think he takes too many hits, and he misses this game. Chargers win.
I also have a Charger win here. I think we take one at home in Chiefs Stadium in Arrowhead, which is the most overrated stadium in America. But yeah, we take that one.
All right, just because my record's so insane, I'm gonna throw a loss in here for myself. Okay, we take a Charger loss in KC. Week 16, December 21st on a Sunday, Chargers at the Cowboys.
Mario.
Over game. Weird over. I'm gonna convince myself at leading up that whole week. All right, geez, Death Lord. Why didn't you eat a bag of hard rocks, you prick? All right, I'm gonna go Chargers beat the Cowboys, but it's a surprising close game, like a field goal win.
Okay, I'm going Chargers in this game as well.
I'm going Chargers loss just because I think they beat the Chiefs the week before, letdown game. But yeah, Chargers lose this
And-
game to Dallas.
That's probably a playoff game for Dallas.
Yeah.
That week is, yeah.
Here's an interesting thing. Are the Cowboys still the Cowboys as far as interest level? There's
Fuck
been
no.
a lot of arguments last couple of weeks about how the Chiefs are the new Cowboys.
No, they're not. They haven't been the Cowboys since what, 1995? Or the last time they were good?
Yeah.
Not at all. I do think their offense isn't that bad though. If Dak's healthy and they got Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson, it's not a bad offense. But I don't think what are they? Third best team in that division for sure, right? You take the Commanders and the Eagles over them.
Yeah, I would.
They're the current dynasty in the NFL. Like everything, if you want to win the Super Bowl, the first team you got to go through, first team you have to beat is the Chiefs. And it's just after you do it, everyone's like, "Oh, do they have the recipe?" Everyone has to now copy them because they took out Mahomes. They are the current dynasty. They're the leaders at the top. They're on a throne. You got to dethrone them.
Wait, are we talking about the Cowboys or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
I was talking about the
Cowboys. Yeah, I'm saying Chiefs are the Cowboys of like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cowboys are absolutely nothing now. They're just the old wannabes. They're like flirting with becoming the Toronto Maple Leafs of the NFL. Which, by the way, shout out Toronto. Way to blow it again. Holy hell. Jeez, you guys suck ass.
I kind of find myself rooting against the Maple Leafs now, just because it's one of those Cubs things. Where like that team that's the lovable loser since 1967, they haven't won anything. Believe it or not, before I was born, Mario, they have not won a thing.
I just love that. My friend said they've lost 7 straight game 7s.
Yeah. And they have like 3 or 4 of the best top 20 players in the league. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and I was really confused because I was like, I was texting my hockey friends and I was like, so, are they stacked or are they just failure to put together a good team? Like, no, every year they're stacked.
Yeah,
They've
been stacked for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
I just find myself like when the Cubs won, I was like, all right, well, who's the next Cubs? And I was like, it's the Padres, the next Cubs, in baseball,
Really?
like, or the Mariners,
baseball.
you know what I mean? For baseball wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the Cubs won, it was like, oh, shoot. Well, now that the Red Sox and Cubs won, who's the next lovable loser? The Maple Leafs are definitely the lovable loser in that sport. All right.
I bet if they were the Indiana Maple Leafs, they would win because America, number 1, dude.
Here we go. Is there a lovable loser in football, by the way? Is it us? Who's a lovable loser?
Bills.
Yes.
Oh, the Bills probably are the
He's
lovable
right.
loser. You're right. That's a good call. It's the Bills. Glad you came up with that. All right. 2 more games remaining. These are to be determined games. It's week 17. It's the Chargers hosting the Texans. The last home game of the year for the Chargers, unless they get a playoff game. I forgot where we were at.
I don't know. I'll go win. I think the Chargers win this game means something, right? The Texans embarrass you in the playoffs. It's your last home game of the year. You win this game.
Loss.
Ooh. Wow. Why do you say that?
I think Texans are actually be a lot better this year than we think. I think CJ Stroud kind of took his, ate his crap last year, which is crazy to say because they still made it to the second round of the playoffs. But I think they would be a lot better of a football team. And I'm guessing with the win against us, they would either clinch the division or be like, just need someone to lose and they clinch it because the AFC South's so freaking brutal. So I think it's going to be more to them than us.
All right, I'm gonna go loss. I'm going win in the Texans game. So I'm going to win. I think Jim Harbaugh is a motivator, and he's going to point to everybody what happened last year when they're embarrassed against the Texans. I think it's a win.
All righty.
Okay. Next one, last one. It's Broncos at home hosting the Chargers. Another be determined game when the time is. But I'm gonna take the loss on this one. I don't think this game will mean as much to the Chargers as it will to the Broncos at this point in the season.
Mario.
I'm gonna have Chargers win this one. Easy.
I think the Broncos win because the Chargers rest some guys, kind of what Dave said right there. Like I said earlier, Patrick Mahomes, I think, gets hurt this season, and this game means more for the Broncos than it does for the Chargers. Hopefully, the Chargers have the division wrapped up going into the last game. So, yeah, loss because you rest people.
Okay. So I'm looking at this thing right here. I think I have the Chargers at 12-5 this year.
So do I.
You do too? You looked at it already, 12-5?
Yeah,
And-
my 5 losses, just count them out real quick. I got the Chiefs first game of the year. Then I got Commanders. I have Steelers, Eagles, Dallas, Denver. Oh, 6. I have 6 losses. So I got
Okay.
Chargers at 11-6.
Okay, yeah. You and Mario both have the team with the same record they had last year. I have them one game better than last year at 12-5.
It's reasonable, right? It's a normal
Yeah, I don't
record.
think it sounds as great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think last year I was like 14-3. I was over the top. I was out of control.
Well, last year's schedule was just so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was so easy to say that.
Yeah. So not crazy, right? So here's let me pull this up real quick on my phone. Sorry for it, but I had a note here because I always love the way too early prediction. So I think it was Fox Sports, NFL Fox did this on where they said they had, the predictions. They had the Chiefs winning the division, but they had the Chargers making the postseason. They had the Chiefs making the postseason. They had the Broncos making the postseason. They had the Ravens as the number 1 seed in the AFC. Okay.
Makes sense.
They had the Chargers taking on the Colts in game 1 of the playoffs. They had the Colts winning that division is what that means. Okay. Kind of crazy. They have the Chargers taking on the Colts week 1. They have the Chiefs hosting the Broncos, or the Chiefs. Sorry. What the hell is this? Maybe they have the Chiefs at the Broncos. Sorry. So that means I guess they have Denver winning that division, and they have the Bengals at the Bills with the Ravens as the number 1 seed.
All right. Well, if the Broncos win the division, then I'd be shocked. And I don't think that happens.
Okay.
If the Colts win the AFC South, dude, I don't know. I'll poop in a bag and keep it in my apartment for a week. That's just not gonna freaking happen. I would
All right.
I would take the Jaguars before I would take Indianapolis.
I would take the Titans before I think I'd take the Colts. I
Yeah,
have zero
honestly.
faith in Anthony Richardson.
And Daniel Jones, like he's gonna sub. What the hell is he gonna come in and do?
Well, the F word almost
Tyler-
come out right there.
Yeah, like Tyler Warren's gonna have to play quarterback damn near.
Yeah. All right. Here you go. In the NFC, they have the number 1 seed as the Commanders. Okay. They have the Rams as the number 2 seed hosting the Cowboys. They have the Lions hosting the Vikings, and they have the Panthers hosting the Philadelphia Eagles as the 5th seed.
Where is this? Where are you getting
This is-
information?
NFL on Fox.
Oh, well, I'll make sure not to listen to them going forward.
Okay. I'm just saying it says on here title way too early playoff predictions. But that's what they have.
Way too drunk playoff
Yeah,
predictions.
way too drunk
I
on a
mean-
Sunday night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when it's May 19th and all you write is about is NFL, you might as well take some chances.
Yes. All right, there you go. So overall, again, in case you're just tuning in, Josh and Mario have the Chargers at 11-6. That's what they were last year. I picked them at 12-5. Man, again, this will change, I'm sure, as we start to see what teams look like in September when we redo our picks. But overall, it's nice to go into a season when you're thinking, hey, we're one of the better teams, right? I mean, if you're one of those teams like we just goofed on, like the Titans, Jaguars, Colts, you're like, oh boy, like there's no chance you're making reservations to go to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, right? You're like, well, where's our Super Bowl party this year? Are we hosting or are we going to a friend's house down the block? Because your team definitely is not in it. It's not like we got to pull the funds together and watch our team in the Super Bowl. It's not a situation like that. We have a new wave of Charger football moving forward. You know, it's different. Let me ask you, do you think of guys that were on previous teams, like, whether it's Rivers or it's LaDainian or Natron Means or any of those guys that were former Chargers you might have rooted for to go, you know what, it's for them too? Is it just the group of guys that's here now, or it's because all the guys that suffered in the past also?
I hate when people say that. I don't understand that at all. We're doing it for LT. LT's not on the team. What are you talking about? Does that make any sense to you guys? Doesn't make any sense to me.
I kind of enjoy it when a team's reached like the pinnacle, like a championship, and they show like in the NBA when next on the run they show Melo. I like that, but I guess it means more because they're from the area, or like you always want to be.
What if they work for the organization? You still see their face. You see them around.
Yeah. Then I think that means more. Yeah.
It kind of bothers me that LT works for the organization. When LT ran out the door and got a tattoo
Why?
2 days later. Number one, LT never played in LA. Two is LT couldn't say goodbye to the Chargers fast enough. Right away, he sold his house, made a big deal. It was on the market, getting the hell out of here after these guys. LT couldn't have had bigger hurt feelings quicker than LaDainian Tomlinson when he left the Chargers. I don't hate LT. I think he's honestly the greatest Charger of all time. But man, was he pissed when the Chargers said goodbye.
Is he the best running back of the 2000s, 2000 and later? It's either him or Adrian Peterson.
Dude, I got to go LT. People in Minnesota.
I got to go LT too. No, well, I was looking at their stats compared to LT and Adrian Peterson, and like running the football, Adrian Peterson might be a little bit better, like yards per carry and just yards in general. But if you're going touchdowns, LT catching the ball and running the ball, you got to go LT. I think LT is definitely the best running back of the 2000s. With that being said, I don't hate LT, but when you say we're going to win for LT, I just don't. It doesn't do anything for me. If anything, do it for Rivers. I mean, Rivers means way more to me than LT because Rivers had to deal with the crap in LA, moving from San Diego to Los Angeles. That would mean more to me for Phillip Rivers, but even Phillip Rivers isn't on the team. So I really just don't get it.
And he has nothing to do with the organization.
No,
he doesn't
lives
trash
in Fairhope, Alabama.
He just disappeared. Yeah, he just disappeared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I still, for any of those guys, I'd be like, if they had like Sean Merriman, you had LT, you had Phillip, you had Gates, you had all those guys like in the same suite as they put on the Super Bowl. Like, that's cool. That's cool to me. I'm like, oh, that's, because it's like, all right, they never were able to get it done, but they were able to see the guys that did get it done. And you're like, I don't know. Because
if anything, if I'm Phillip Rivers, I'm super bitter. I'm like, you guys get Jim Harbaugh after I leave. I had to deal with Mike McCoy.
There is
Anthony Lynn who couldn't run a clock.
There is a little bit of like, I don't, jealousy's right. I guess jealousy would be the word. Be like, you guys freaking get this, and I get what? Nothing.
You know what, man? This organization, let's be honest, it's done things so bad for so many years as far as just PR. The Chargers have, like, certain teams like the Raiders and the Dodgers always have that phrase, once a Raider, always a Raider. The Chargers phrase is once a Charger, never a Charger. I mean, they treat everybody so poorly, no matter who you were. They treated Junior Seau poorly. They treated Rodney Harrison poorly. They treated Phillip Rivers poorly. It just, there's never a connection. And like Sean Merriman, we've had him on the show. We've had him on this show. Sean Merriman is one of those guys they shipped out, and I understand why they shipped him out, but good God, they wanted nothing to do with Sean. Then all of a sudden, Sean's like, hey, please let me into the party. Like, Sean begs to be part of this organization. LT kind of begs to be part of this organization. It's not one of those where those guys are family. It never feels that way with the Chargers. The Spanos family has screwed this thing up for so many years. The Chargers retired Ron Nix's phone number, his jersey number for a time, and then when he went and signed a contract with the Raiders after he retired because they offered him more money than he made his entire Charger career to sign for 2 years with the Raiders, they unretired his number.
You can't.
I mean, that's insane. That's the biggest Bush League thing to do. Guy goes in the Hall of Fame as a Charger, but then the Raiders treated him better, so his loyalty was like, you guys put my number 74 back in circulation. It's just what the Chargers used to do. That's why I honestly think for the first time, it feels like a class organization. Right now, it feels like they have finally figured it out.
Would Justin Herbert?
Yeah, Weddle too. I'm looking at Blood Sausage.
Yeah, Weddle was awful. That was
Weddle. It's a great comment. Blood Sausage.
Yeah. That threw me off. Would Justin Herbert be the first lifelong Charger ever? Have they ever had a lifelong Charger that was like Hall of Fame caliber? Ever?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. Even Kellen Winslow, they booted in the back. They like, get out of here. I mean, there's so many guys. They didn't treat anybody well ever when they left.
I think
Randy, Randy, okay, buddy, let me paint a picture for you. If you're Eric Weddle, and I don't even know if that story is true, and the owner of the team didn't remember your name in the elevator, and you're captain of the team, would you be upset? I don't
Yeah.
even know if that story is true. Would you? What?
I mean, if you can't put a face to a name and I'm the captain, that's pretty insane. That'd send me up a hill. With everything
You're
I
that guy,
like,
right? The guy on defense, right? Right?
that is true. You are, yeah. You're not like
Yeah,
a
because
receiver.
he looks like
running
every other
back,
guy on
but
defense. He looks like no one else on
True.
defense. As a matter of fact,
He should know.
But-
He should know his name. If he's
he should know
Eric
his
Weddle,
name.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I do think though now there's going to be more of an appeal to be a Charger. I want to be a Charger for a long time because of Harbaugh. Like as soon as you're one of Harbaugh's guys, you are one of his guys forever, right? And I think that type of attitude and that type of mentality is going to be established within Los Angeles. So yeah, when Herbert calls it quits a long time down the road, maybe even Mac when he calls it quits in a year or two, they will look back and go, no, like I was a Charger. Derwin James, Vlad McConkey, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, like these guys will go, I played for this team, played for that team. But at the end of the day, like I'll always be a Los Angeles Charger, or maybe we will see that more with Harbaugh taking over.
Yeah, Dan Fouts the only one, right? Lifelong Charger, Hall of Fame
Dude.
caliber player.
I'm not a Dan Fouts fan. Dan Fouts made life so hard on Phillip Rivers. Like Dan Fouts, I'm not a fan of the way Dan Fouts did things. Every time he called a game, it was always seemed like he took a shot at Rivers. Like there was jealousy there.
Yeah, I
Not a
hated
fan.
when he called the Rivers games. He was always hard on him for some
Bro,
reason.
I feel like this is a good talking point. I feel like when there's a former great and they now talk about the current team they played on, they either go two ways. Over nice and like, oh my gosh, look how great they are, or they undercut them all the time and go, well, that was a pretty bad play by Herbert. I would have made that throw.
Nobody is
You know what I
worse. Nobody is worse than Troy Aikman calling the Dallas Cowboys games. It is unlistenable. It's awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's tough.
I kind of
It's
like
awful.
it. I like it because I
You
hate
like
the
Joe
Cowboys.
Buck. Yeah.
No, I'd
you
like
also
the
feel
fact
better.
that Troy Aikman takes shots at the Cowboys organization all the time. That they've dropped the ball for 30 years, and he lives in the city. He's a Hall of
hate it.
Famer. You
hate
think
it.
he should kiss the Cowboys' ass more?
I don't think you should kiss the Cowboys' ass. I think you should call it like more down the line, like you're supposed to do for that job, not like
Instead of
taking
roasting
shots
them?
at him all the time. Yeah.
There's a
know.
weird
You gotta-
moment.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Tiki Barber, who works with Sean Marash, friend of the program, but he like had a moment too when Barkley left the Giants, and he was like, Barkley should never be remembered as a Giant. I'm paraphrasing, but he like went off on Barkley about like the whole situation of him leaving. And I was like, to this day, I don't really get that. Like, what were you gonna do for Barkley? You guys sucked. You're gonna
Yeah.
suck for the next 3 years. And what are you like screaming about him leaving such a, F you to the Giants? Like, no, it's an F you to the organization for never giving him anything to play for.
They didn't.
Sure.
They didn't pay him, and they didn't give him basically guys around him. All right, we're gonna cut this short.
Whatever,
The
we got
show's
one
short.
comment. One
You got
comment.
one more? What
Victor
you got?
Correa, 499 says, "What a surprise to start the week." Thanks, guys. It almost didn't happen. Mario and I almost cyber strangled Dave before the show
Yep.
started, but we're here.
Yeah, we made it. We pulled it together. I pulled it
You did.
together.
No, you didn't.
I'm here. I had the
Mario
earliest
did all
call
the
time.
legwork.
I had the
There-
earliest call
Combed his
time.
hair, put the show together.
There is a little
Mario did.
when you texted I'll be ready, and then you sent another messages with a couple mean words in asking where we're at. I almost did a little rant and go, oh, do you wanna set up the link? You don't know
Yeah.
how to set up the link. You wanna make sure my house that's some of the chamber.
Oh, there's a
You
lot
know
of
what?
cussing around this house before I sit there and turn this computer on. I was saying a lot of horrible things about both of you guys. I'll tell you right now.
like every
All
other
right.
time. Doesn't matter.
So we're back. Are we back
Uh,
next week? Is that what we're
yeah.
doing? All right. So look, we're taking the rest of the week off. Is that right? Josh looks confused. Are you confused on that?
No, I can do whatever you guys want. I can do Friday afternoon. Probably not if you guys don't want to do that.
All right. So here's the deal. I'm in my high school team's in the middle of the baseball playoffs. That's what threw everything off. Okay. I see you writing me trashing my Uber Goober Jack. I got it. Dude, my team was in the CIF championship a year ago. All right. We're young this year. All right. I play a bunch of 16-year-olds. I had the toughest schedule in San Diego. We got the playoffs starting tomorrow against Poway. Uber Goober Jack, why don't you come out and buy me dinner afterwards? All right. Damn it. I think you owe me. All right. Don't sit there and trash me. My 100th win, by the way, is coming up. I'll expect you to go to Costco and buy me a sheet cake after I win, and I'll eat it right in front of you in the parking lot. You understand? I'll celebrate right in front of your face. Don't come in here trashing me for giving back to the community. I don't need it. All right. There's a lot of things I'm pissed off about today. Today's not the day to dance. I'm telling you right now, Uber Goober Jack. Look, Josh is going on vacation. Again, he'll tell us all about how fantastic Mexico is. Was it your third trip to Mexico?
4th.
Good God. You going to join the Mexican Navy?
Oh my God.
Too soon? I'm pissed.
soon.
Sorry for that comment.
Wait, why? What
All right,
happened? Did I miss that?
Crash in the Brooklyn
What?
Bridge.
You didn't see that?
Oh,
shit crash?
that was Mexico?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Not good. Not good. All right. Long story. Should have started the show with that. All right. We'll be back next week or later this week. Whatever. Trying to pull it together.
I'll probably be next week because I'm on vacation as well.
Oh, God. What the hell? Is
I
anybody
told you
working
that.
this town? We'll figure it out. All right. So for Mario Heron, Josh Pally, I'm Dave Pally. This is why you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you don't know when the show starts. You understand? That's the way it works. Thank you guys so much for joining us, being part of this stupid show. We'll be back soon on the Bull Crew podcast. Have a good week, everybody.